Damage. No. Hello. Oh, oops, the daisies. Hi, everyone. Let me just find the video and do the sharing. You're going to see my hair again tonight. It's washed, so, you know, shouldn't be too bad. Like, this is about as much as I've got to say about my hairstyle. There we go. Now we want. Oh, look, you can see my hair fully. Right. Done. Well, hello, Di. Right, so I'll just show you what we did last week. So this is what we did last week in our art journal. We do only have one page left to go, but tonight we're gonna do a project on one of our new 8x8 malt mark canvases. So oh, hello, Di Gucci. So as you can see with these canvases, they come with these tags. All canvases come with these tags. Basically, they are stretches. So after you make your artwork, you put them in. Because if you apply lots of mediums on the front, the canvas can, or the canvas is old and you then decide to paint it, it can get, like, canvas can get a little bit flimsy and a bit wobbly, and it's just because it's not stretched enough. So basically what you come in and do is you come in and you put it in there and you grab your hammer and then you down and you do the one that's back. So there's a back one. So in this case it's this one. Sometimes they're really hard to get in, like that one.
I've got a word.
Oh, okay. You chucked that ruler pretty far. And then you've got a front one. So basically you put those in and you hammer them in as far as you can go. And it just re-stretches the canvas out.
After. You meant to put them after.
Yeah, you put them in after you've done your artwork. So that's just in case it doesn't stretch fully. Now I'm going to try and get it out. There we go. So yeah, that's why you get these little tags in with your canvases. Just to keep the canvas at a high quality stretch point. Anyway, also hello Pam, Raquel, Tash, and Dee. Just a heads up, everyone, if your Facebook isn't working, you can head over to my YouTube channel, and it's over on my YouTube. And if your Facebook is not, and if your YouTube's not working, you can head over to the Scrapbook Fantasy Creative Family Group, and it's over in there on Facebook. So let's get started. I'll first show you all the new products we've got as well. And then we'll get into our canvas. So lots of things. So we'll start off with the words. So Mum made some more chippy words. So we've got outdoors in our same blocky font. Oh my gosh, there are so many. So we've got friends, campus, this family, mates, happy. Oh, hello, Debbie. Oh, my ears just popped. Oh, that's nice. I kind of one of them popped. The other one didn't. Australia. Oh, that's backwards. Oops, a daisy. Australia. Best day ever. Aussie. Believe. We're using the believe word tonight. This is one of the stencils that we had released today. And the other one. So this one's called Circle-ish. This one's called Zigzags. All the stencils done today are hand drawn by me. So there are little divot points. I like to call them organic points. It's just letting you know that a human made it. And we've got this beautiful chipboard frame. We've got 2 abstract grids. We're going to be using number 1 in tonight's class. This is number 2, so 2 different ones. Oopsies. And then we made a packet of chipboard hearts. So these hearts here, you get 7 in a pack. So that's those ones. And tonight, for our combo, you'll get in the combo. I'm just covering this all now because sometimes I forget to cover it at the end of class because I'm so happy with what we've made. Or I do get a little bit tired, I will admit to that. Although I shouldn't tonight because I had to sleep in this morning because I woke up at 5 and went, nope, too cold. And then went back to bed until 6:45, maybe 48, maybe 50. You know what? It was quite early. So quite late for me. But anyway, so we're going to be using this new border stencil of ours. It's the zigzag pattern number 2. Well, it's just called zigzags because it's on border. Our half sheet of rice paper, which is exclusive to our combo. Our abstract grid number 1. And our believe word. So we've got all of that we can go ahead and use. So what I think we might just start off by doing is we might apply some colour to our canvas. I reckon. What do you think? We'll apply some colour to the canvas, then apply some of these, some of that, some of these, some of that, you know. Just do a few layers. So let's go. We didn't make a stamp for tonight because, like, we do stamps most weeks. So, you know, to do a stamp this week. Right, so let's see. So obviously we need blue because we have our butterflies. And we don't have some blue paint on there. They're going to look a little bit odd. Now, this does come from Imagine with Alice, which her colours are blue, red, and yellow, but we don't have to follow those colours if we don't want to. We could do cotton cream, maybe. Oh, no, that's desert. Don't worry about me advertising the wrong colours. Or I wonder. Definitely gonna need that. Anyone got any paint colour suggestions? I'm just trying to see where Mum hid new acrylics. If they're in like a reachable area where I'm standing from. 1 minute. Huh. Let's see. What colours are we thinking of? I feel like we should use the matte ones because they are cool. I used them a little bit at Super Saturday. And they were amazing. Oh my gosh, she still has water. Damn me. Okay. No, that's not the pink one. Ah! Oh my goodness. It's taking a level of coordination that I do not have. Well, I knocked over several things. There's no blue one. Okay, cool. Right. Right there. Purple. I feel like Pam's going to be with you on that one. So we've got a few of Mum's paints. We went digging. We might keep that one out here as a neutral. That's very simple. That's very similar. Let's try that one out for size. We'll see if it's close to the desert. Hello. That's what I was thinking, G. Oh, okay. So purple it is. Okay. Hello, honey robin. So let's see. So there is one problem here. We have several purples to choose from now. I don't know. What a problem. So we've got the pastel purple, which is called pastel iris. We've got the matte satin purple, or we've got a metallic purple. The metallic purple is not going to be opaque. So I personally would vote no against this, and instead if we replace it with a metallic gold or a bronze, because I am a bit of a bronze girl. I mean copper girl. Oh, you know what would be cool? If we did purple, blue, and copper. Purple, blue, and copper. Now, the real question is which purple? Or should we go with both and just one blue? So there's so many ways. There's Petium blue. That might be a bit dark. So they are generally, so this band here is a pretty good teller of what the color is going to be at their deepest point. So this is how dark this color is going to get at its deepest point. So from there on out, it can get lighter. Yes, but the problem is do we keep those two and go for one blue? Or do we keep only one of the purples and go for two blues? It's just so many choices. Oh, we're going to make sure we don't pick up fluoros as well. We could do a fluoro blue. Oh, that might be a bit drastic, even for us. I'm not really into the pastel blue if we're going to use pastel purple. Too much pastel. Just no offense. Maybe we do go with that and we add white to it as we go. Let's go with those colors, I think. Yep. We are set. So we're just going to put the drawer to one side. As Mum comes out, we're going to hide the evidence.
As Mum comes out, nags you with the drawer.
I'm just going to hide the evidence over on Dad's desk and pretend like he's the one who got it out.
Yeah, like Dad paints.
Hey, we can only hope.
When we painted at the shop, somehow he got paint on his favourite shirt and he didn't even wear it the day we were painting.
Yeah, Dad got very disappointed.
Trying to say that you got out my paints. My paints
Right, so we're just coming in and we're taking out these tops before our fingers get really painty.
As I said, you got paint on your favourite shirt when we were painting at the shop. You didn't even wear it the day we were painting.
Right, so what we're going to come and do is we're going to do our background with a purple and blue mixture and with some whites just to balance it out a bit. Oh, hello, Leanne. So we're going to come in and we're going to put a little bit of purple pastel in two places, which I know is against the rules of composition.
Okay, didn't know that, but you know.
Well, you're supposed to work in odds, so putting it in two places.
Wow.
Not always the smartest move.
You'll just have to work it.
I will, won't I? Okay.
There are pastel paints all over my desk.
There are. I wonder who put them there. Not me. I'm actually 5 foot, thank you. I'm like 5'9".
Take the jetty.
Don't you dare. 4 foot something. God almighty, don't make me that short. I have fully admitted that I will be the shortest one out of my siblings by the time Amelia becomes 16. I will be the shortest one. However, she is currently only 8, which means I have another 8 years of still being the third tallest out of 4 of my siblings, out of all 4 of us. So I'm using it to my advantage. Hello, Karen. Should be fun. Anyway, so let's go. So we've put some white down the middle, and then we've got 2 globs of colour on each side to get the mixture. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our white, because starting off light, it's easy to add dark once you've, if it's too light. It's harder to go back to light if it becomes too dark. And basically, we're going to do it multi-directional. This might work against us because we are using quite a thick coat of paint. But then again, you never know. This could look really nice. Don't forget your sides. I'm going to try and remember them. I usually forget to paint the sides of canvases, which is why you'll see that some of my canvas work has black edges or very few layers. Like, that has the backing layer because I remembered on the first layer. And then after that, it's like, oh, better add something to the sides at the end. So we're going to try and avoid that tonight. But in saying that, we are only on the first layer, so we are following the trend. Go. The reason why we are using this dark blue on our starting layer is because it's going to give us the body and contrast, so then our work doesn't become just all very flat. It's going to give us the ability to get some really nice highlights. You wait until I give him my 5-foot business. Right. Here we go. Do a likey. What do you guys think? I know it's a bit different, but I do think it looks quite nice. Just look how pretty it is. Right. So we're going to put our paintbrush in water and obviously get that paint off the tip of it because there's quite a bit of paint on there. I am wearing a jersey because it's not too cold yet. Like, it's like a bit of light coldness currently, but by the time it hits 8, it's going to be freezing. So, well, freezing for us Gladstonians. So I'm just wearing a jersey to be prepared. Because last week I wasn't wearing a jumper, and then by the end of the class I was like, I really need to go and find my jumper. So we're just coming in, and we are stamping our chipboard down to get a bit of an imprint effect in our thick paint. This is just going to get us some subtle texture that doesn't take too much work on our part, and it's going to pre-color our chipboard for us because we don't have black edges. So no black's going to get on the canvas, and it's colouring our chipboard for us. Like, look at that. It's giving us our first coat while keeping with the cool effect. By doing the zigzag coat as well, just allows us to kind of match our grid-like chipboard. Which, like, it doesn't match it perfectly, but it, like, keeps with the theme. Which is what we want, you know? So I'm sure you are all quite aware. Well, thank you, Dee. Thank you, Karen. So we're just coming in. Oh, look at that. And we're just coming here. Dad, can you turn the TV down just a little bit? Dad? Yeah? Can you turn the TV down just a little bit, please? Okay. As much as I'm sure you are all fans of Jag like my mum, don't think you want to be hearing it in the background of my class. Right. So there we go. So we've got a little bit of texture. So now what we're going to come do is we're just going to hit this with our heat tool. Because we want to dry it a little bit before we do some gluing. Well, some stenciling. pretty good.
Oh, cool.
Oh. Alright, so we've got that. Right. You can tell when these paints are dry because they're no longer glossy. So it's a matte acrylic, so they're satin finish, so it's like nice and matte. Look at that. I do like this bit here. This is like my favorite bit now. Which means we're most likely to cover it. Just a heads up. Most of my favorite bits do get covered in the end. Unfortunately. I think it's just a habit I have. Unfortunately. I'm just go through and cover it. I'm looking for my blue paint pen because I've had an idea while drying the painting. And I realise it's going to be easiest with my blue paint pen, but I currently don't know where my blue paint pen is, so we're just going to unload a fair amount of it. We might need that. Hold up, no, that's purple. That could also work in our favour. Put that one down there. And blue paint pen. No. Does not seem to want to be. This would be so much easier if I clean the paints up every now and again. I have a red paint pen that I don't really want to use. I don't really like using it because it's the colour red. Okay, well, might be going in. With purple. Right. Oh no, Gail. It's okay. We're running a bit late ourselves to start off today. Trying to get a few bits of paperwork done. That's okay. We'll come in with the purple paint pen. I'm sure it'll be just as effective, if not more. Just trying to get it inky. And then we're going to come in and we're going to colour in some bits. I just want our paint pen to be super inky for this bit. And it, oh shoot, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. There are reasons for this. So we're coming in and we're drawing in where our grid's been stamped. The reason for this is, I'm so sorry that you couldn't see what I was doing. Oh shoot, got it on my hand. There was a bit that wasn't dry. Interesting how that works. Right. I'm going to come in with a bit of a flat edge paintbrush. It's fairly wet. And this is to get rid of the fact that we drew it. we go. There we go. This gives us a bit more to work with. Yeah, that seems a little bit unnecessary, but it kind of looks nice with a bit of detail. Right. And then let's come in and do maybe one lot of zigzags or two. Yep, let's do there we go. So where is our copper? So I reckon we do our oh hello the rain. I reckon we do our zigzags in copper. It's good and belly. With a little bit of white to make them opaque. Or well, not with white. We're going to put white down first, and then come in with copper. So now we just need a sponge. Have a sponge here. Oh, sweet. There we are. It's one. It's two. Yes, I know. I need to get better sponges. Right, here we go. I'm just going to come in and do white first, making sure that we don't have too much on our sponge. We want a fairly light coat of paint on there. As we don't want it to bleed underneath. By putting white down before we put the copper on, just means that our copper is going to be a bit more brighter. As it is a metallic, so it's not going to be opaque. Which means that it will absorb / show the colour underneath. So if you've got a dark colour underneath and then you put copper on top, it might not work as well. Well, depending. On black it works really nicely, but yeah. So then we're going to come in with our copper. I just don't want it to get too dark too quickly because we are on the first few layers of the canvas. Okay, I'm just going to come in. And I have not removed the stencil because I do not want to have to try and rewind it up again. That's a bit of a problem. Alright, let's see how that looked. Okay. So we bit of bleed from the white, but I don't think it's that bad, realistically. I've had worse. I'm just going to come in. And do that with the edge. Makes the edge of this a little bit more softer. Not so hard. Okay. then if we come in with a bit of copper by itself, it's following the lineness of our painting already. Go. So I've just come out and I've done that underneath our bit that was standing out that I really liked. Yes, yeah. It's where I put my stencil. It is kind of an Easter egg pattern, isn't it? Right, there we go. So we've got that. Now let's add in our butterflies. So we're going to come and do the tearing. So we're just going to sit this to one side. So this is kind of what we've got so far. We've got one stencil on that. Once we get the butterflies on there, I think we'll be able to do a bit more stenciling, like coming out of it. No, giving some motion to it. So we're just going to grab... might need a bit more of a thinner paintbrush. I have a lot of paintbrushes on my desk because... I don't know why, actually. They've all just ended back up on my desk. So great. Gangbusters, you know. So here we go. I'm just going to come in with a wet paintbrush and outline the edge of our butterflies. I do leave about a 3mm gap between where I put my paintbrush down and where the butterflies are. This just gives me a little bit of breathing space. And pretty much wetting the whole entire area that's the gap. Because I want it to tear away quite easily. So I'm just going to then come in. Because it's the center of something, it's a little bit more delicate. Okay. See, so we're just coming in with the bottom end of our paintbrush originally, just to get the hole started. There we go. Next one. Okay. There we go. Okay. You can see we've got 2 gaps coming up now. And this is because I only want the butterflies. I don't want the background bit. Coming in. Stick paper. Oh. Right there. There we go. Okay. And then okay. Just gonna come and do this to the edges real quick. I'm not gonna wet the edges for this. Come and use, you know, brute force. It will make the feathering just a little bit more thicker and unpredictable if we don't wet it, but we do want it a bit more thicker along the edges. Push the rice paper out a bit more when we glue it. Right, now we're just going to come in and do it here. Carefully. That bit. Save that butterfly wing there in case we need it. So corner of our half sheet. Right, and there we go. So we've got a few gaps out. I'm not going to do all these really itty bitty tiny ones. You guys could go and do that. Yeah, no, I don't have the patience for that. Nope. Nope. And our canvas is now pretty much fully touch dry. There's a few bits that aren't, but it's okay. So let's decide where our beautiful butterflies are going to go. So I'm just going to make a bit of a decision. I'm ripping in half. So we've got 2 options. We either go sideways, which I don't think looks 100% correct. Like, looks pretty cool. Or we could go with that way, which I think looks a little bit nicer, to tell you the truth. I think. I'm going to leave a little bit so we can go over the edge here. There as well. Like, what do you reckon? That way? I think that way looks really nice, but we could do it the other way. There are pros to this way. We have a bit more room in the middle here. We can maybe set the word there. But I definitely like the balance of it this way, because we can set this one coming out and having the purple that we've already done. There's a little bit of a shadow. I believe word there. This bit here. Here, maybe? Right. Yeah, let's go this way. And the stenciling does come out of the butterflies, that top and bottoms. Excellent. Right, let's get started, shall we? Okay, so we've got our glue open. It was surprisingly easy this week. I'm just going to have a drink of water. Right, there we go. Voice back to normal. Right. So we're going to come do. So we're just going to come and put our gel medium down. Am I giving it a pretty good covering? Because this is a canvas and we've only, well, I've put a lot of paint on. But the canvas is still fairly absorbent, and the rice paper, as we all remember, is very absorbent. So we don't really want to have to re-stick this twice. And we want to have the ability to feather out our edges. So we stick it down and put the glue bits over top. That's what we were trying to avoid, but that's okay. Making sure we've got no air bubbles in the process, but really forcing it down. Now, I didn't use white behind this because I didn't think it really needed it. I was pretty sure they were going to be standalone really well already. As you can see, we've got that one there as our bottom done, and I reckon that looks really nice, like our bottom piece. I think that looks really nice because by using the gel medium as well, it means that it's actually gone into the background, so it looks like our stenciling is in and through this bit here, which is nice. And we can really accent that if we just come in with just a little bit on our edge of the rice paper with our copper. While our glue is still wet, it will go into the print. See? So it doesn't overtake it, but it just gives it a bit more extra. A bit more oomph. Right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come and do the top. So we just come in and doing the same effect. Sorry about the thermix in the background. We are cooking lunch currently. Someone needs to go and turn it off. Thank you. Right. Yeah. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, so the kit is currently now available. you want to buy it, you can. I did show you guys what was in the kit at the start. If I remember, I'll remember to say what's in it at the end. But it's the piece of half, piece of rice paper, the zigzag stencil we've used, the canvas itself, the believe word, and the abstract grid one. Oh, dear me, we've got a butterfly folded over. Okay, I do have a bit of paint there that the rice paper brought with it, but meh. Okay, there we go. So we've just got that one on. And now, because our canvas is super blue now, we're going to come and do so we're just going to come in and add a bit more of this pastel back in 2 spots again. Where's our lovely thick paintbrush that we used? Yep. Now, so don't be worried if you go over the butterflies too much. What we're going to come and do is we're actually going to rub it back a bit so then the butterflies come through. Okay, so I'm just going to come in and rub in a circle upwards. Just further bringing it into the background a little bit. Go. Just add a bit of this purple out. Come in. We stencil that down with the purple. Right, and then once again, we forgot about the sides, but we're going to come and fix that problem now. You would definitely have to lift it and dry it for that, Karen. So you do the white. Oh, yeah, you would do the white first. Oh, to do a marble effect. Oh, actually, so I'm just trying to think what would be the best way forward for that one. Like, there are a few ways you could go about it. Are you looking for more of like a vein type marble or like a motley one? It's my question, like, you know, with the copper are the veins and the white is the background, or are you looking for more of like a motley type where they like kind of combined each other? Because that could be interesting. Motley. Oh, okay, motley. Motley's easier. So what you do is you put down you sponge on white in one segment first, and then you sponge some copper on, and then you sponge some white on, then you sponge some copper on. I'll show you in a minute on my background piece, because I don't know if it's going to work anymore on this canvas, but I can always show you on the background piece. So I'm just coming in and I'm adding some thicker bits of purple in, so you guys can see. And then what we're going to do is add a bit more there. I'm just having a conversation with the cat. What are the cats? Missy Lion. She's lost one of her bells, which is why she's able to catch so many animals. We have 2 bells on her, normally. Because she likes to catch creatures and bring them in as gifts. And us as a family do not coordinate well to be able to catch a bird that's in the house. Okay, let me just finish this thought off, Karen, and then we'll go and do your motley marble. Because I am up for answering pretty much any question. Oh, thank you, Margaret, over on the tube. Blue is your favourite colour. Oh, it's so cool. Amelia's favourite colour is blue. It used to be yellow, but she's changed it to blue in the last 2 years or so. She's been slowly converting. She did have 2 months where she liked the colour grey. And then about a month of brown. And then, yeah, we're back to yellow pretty solidly. And then we've changed to blue over the last few years. And I think it's because she wears a lot of blue. And, yeah, it's just very calming for her. So she likes the colour blue. So you can see. So there we go. Right, so if you were to do a motley thing, we're just going to put this to one side and then we'll do the marble technique and we'll come back to it, because that's actually going to help it to dry and without us having to heat it, which is really nice, because I do try and avoid heating things as much as possible, as all of you would know. Well, if you don't know, you'll come to know. So basically, to make a motley type marble, this is probably going to be best on a dark piece of paper. Here's one I prepared earlier. So you come in, you put a bit of white down, and then you flip it over, and you grab a bit of copper, and 1 minute. Veining is a little bit more harder. You're better off stenciling white down if you want veins. And then what you do is you come in with your vein colour you want to make your veins with, and then do some doodles over top of the stencil, or some drippies with some watercolour. So you just come in with your copper then. As you can see, get a fair amount of that down, but not fully covering your white. And then you come in with some white. We definitely needed one of those white. And then come in once again blending with the copper but not going over top of all of it, because then you come in with a bit more the copper. And then there you go. So that's how you make a motley marble. So it's kind of like making the same thing as like a little bit of a gradient. So you stencil down your lightest color first, and then in a few places, and then you get your darker color and you come in and you stencil that down on the edge and going a little bit over your white and then or over your lightest color, and then slowly making its own, and then you come back in with that light color and you do it on the edges, and that's how you get that motley blend, as you can see. I hope that answers your question. I just don't think this was probably the correct place to do it on the canvas, as you can see, it looks amazing when you do that on a piece of dark paper. So yeah, so just play around with the scrap before you do it anywhere else. Like I said, it works best on darker pieces, and our lovely canvas, as beautiful as it is, I just don't think it would have done this technique justice. So that's why we did it on a piece of scrap, and I'm probably going to use that because that actually looks really cool. So there we go. Right, so now we've taken a bit of a detour. That is mostly dry. Yay! So what we're going to come do now is we're going to add in our framey bits. So we're just going to decide what color we want them to be. I'm definitely going to put my believe word down here. So it's going to be white. 100%. We're just going to come in, paint it. We have no worry about this even becoming the slightest bit grey, because like I said, there is no char at all on these chipboard words. We spent a full day getting the settings right, so we did have one setting originally, but we've got a bit of burnt on the edges, so we're like, if we're gonna make chipboard, we're gonna do it properly, and so then it doesn't hinder you guys and make you have to dust off anything. And then, so that's our white. Believe it's gonna sit there, and oh, look how cute it looks. It works. Woo. Right, we might even set it a little bit more up. There, and then our piece of chipboard, which is going to be shadowed by our purple up here. I think it needs to be white in a few areas, but then go into a bit more of a blue. So what we might come and do is we'll apply the white first in the areas that you need it. And I did like the side that I had there. You can play around and figure out if you want that edge to be on the edge or if you want another edge to be on the edge. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it is a heart. Didn't even try. Didn't even try. Would you look at that? Completely unintentional. Completely unintentional. Gosh. I was thinking about drawing hearts on this too. Now we kind of have to. Right, so we've got the bit that we wanted to be white, as you can see, since it stands out. But this bit here, if we paint it white, it's not going to stand out in the middle very much at all. So we're going to come in with a bit of our plutonium, which I know that's not how you say it. So, you know, give up there. Blue. Okay, and we're just adding okay. Let's just add a bit of that blue. Look. I think that looks really nice. It's shadowed by a purple there. All those bits and pieces. Yay, yummy. Right. So before we come in and stick those down, I do think we just need the paintbrush on the frame. Safe place. Add some white to our paintbrush. And then nope. I agree to a colour palette. Although does this pen still work? No. It's not gonna work anyway. Check that in that one. Although actually okay. So I know I haven't stuck the chipboard on yet, but I just want to get the balance correct so that I'm not trying to do this with a whole bunch of glue on the canvas. Because we're going to need a lot of glue to stick down the chipboard. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take a fair amount of glue. I don't want to have to do these fine details with glue all over the canvas, like me trying to fight with it while not swearing or trying not to swear. To be fully honest, I do let a few go in class, but like I do try. Not always successful. Go. And then just scrape those outer dots outwards. Just do that to you as well. Giving the dots just a little bit of direction. So I'm not doing to all of them, just the outside ones. Okay. And then I definitely wish I found my blue paint pen, but I did not. However, just drawing little butterflies. I know they're not copper, blue, or gold, but I think let's add a little bit to it. And then if we come and do a few over here. As you can see, they're not 100% perfect by any means. But they are there. And that is what's important. Right. There's the pen lid. Right. So we're just going to take off these. And then before I forget, like I said, edges are normally forgotten. And then I add it in at the last stage of the canvas. It's not because I want that to happen, it's just I forget to paint the edges every single time. There we go. Okay. Okay. And if we just add some purple to it, and then we'll stick down our chipboard. I'm doing the chipboard last because, like I said, it's going to take a bit of glue, and because of that, we don't want it to be too wet while we're trying to do all this and that, like slipping around on the front while we're flipping between each side to side, trying to get the final bits and pieces done because we forgot our sides. So just coming in, faking the fact that we did this while it was in progress, because you know, 100% added this while we were going and adding all the other paint to the canvas. Yes. Not at all doing this late. Oh, no. See? Excellent at pretending. And there we go. So let's stick down our bits of chipboard. So for you guys just to see what we ended up doing on the sides. So there we go. So we're just following our colour palette a bit, and as you can see when it comes over the side, I just blend it up and down or side to side, depending on which side it ends up on. So then we get a bit more of that direction and it looks natural, which is how you fake that you've done your edges during the artwork. See? Oh, we can tell that we did those later. And then we're going to do, so I'm just going to put a fair bit of layer down of the gel medium. I thought I was going to put it on the back of the chipboard, but then I realized that would clog it. Not a smart move. Don't want to have cloggy ears. And stick it in position. And the rest of that gel medium will be absorbed by the piece of rice paper. And then we're just going to double check where this is going to go because this is quite a large one. We don't want to stuff up. So it's about there. Okay, so we need to put glue from about that one to down to that one. So just try and get a visual marker. So where our markers are. So the markers were this green dot and this halfway of this blue bit here, but not over top of that green dot there. So we're just coming in. Oh. Making sure that we don't go over our gold butterflies that we drew because pastel pens do move with moisture. So they are not permanent. They are after you heat dry them, but before then, nope. They will continue to move. Any moisture hits them, and even after they heat dry, they will move even a little bit. So, you know. It's only if you heat dry them and then leave them for like 2 years, you'll get less movement. So, you know. Trying to add moisture to them. Look, it's on if you like what you've drawn or written with them. And there we go. So just made sure that that's definitely shadowing our piece of wood correctly, or our piece of chipboard. Nice and framed. Could even does that look good there, or do you reckon we go? No, we go back this way. Okay, and then there we go. So that there is tonight's canvas. So we were able to get that done fairly quickly, I think. Because like I said, we did the chipboard last, so it really saves us a lot of effort working with a lot of glue on the canvas. As you can see, like we've got a lot of excess glue there, which is going to be absorbed. It will act as a sealer, so it's not a waste. It's just it's very hard to paint after that, especially when we're getting into this colder weather. So it's easier to leave them for the last bit of the canvas and do your work beforehand and make sure you got your sides done and you're happy with all of that, and then stick them on. It also means that, you know, you kind of get to go like a sooner. So that is our canvas. Thank you all for coming. I shall see you all next week, same time, Monday. But before then, we have our card making class in the June subscription group tomorrow morning, and then scrapbooking is back to the usual Wednesday this week at 7 p.m. And then on Friday, we have our Friday and Saturday this week, we have open classes on the main Scrapbook Fantasies page, with our newest range being released this weekend, Cutest Farm. With that, we also have a virtual retreat. So if you're in the virtual retreat, you'll be seeing lots of us this week through Zooms, classes, etc., etc. Classes come on the weekend, Zooms during and throughout the weekend. During the week and throughout the weekend. So should be great. I feel like I have one more announcement. I can't remember what it is. Oh, yes, we also have our October retreat up. We forgot to mention it on our weekly roundup, but it is up as well. So it's a hybrid. So thank you all for coming. Thank you, Raquel and Karen, Dee, and Diane, and thank you all for watching, and thank you for watching this later. And I shall see you all during the week. So have a great week. Stay safe and bye.